Derrick, what exactly does this team now have left to play for?
Oh, we got a lot of things to play for. We're 2 games out of it, and that's how you have to look at it. Because the leader in this deal has 3 wins. We have 1 win, so somehow we have to start getting wins now. Though we can't. We dug a hole too deep for ourselves right now. So every week counts for us, and we need to capitalize off of it this week against Raiders.
I'm sure as you guys all take in what's going on with the team, you know, a 1-5 team in the modern era has never come back and made the playoffs. Does it seem insurmountable at any time?
You know what? A lot of things happen in the NFL where new things come about, new records are broken. So it's one of those things where you can't think about that because when you think about that, that mindset would get you beat on Sunday. And our mindset, regardless of the situation, we need to win on Sunday.
You know, it's kind of our job. We talk to the fans every day to know the morale of the fans. And after 1-5, I'm sure you're well aware, it's not very good. I'm curious what the morale of the team is after this start.
Well, you know, we got a high character team, and I think we're handling it quite well right now. You'll see more on Sunday if we handle this change that we're going through. But our job is to stay up as players, have a short-term memory, regardless of the situation, go out and play with a bunch of passion. We got to go out and play with a bunch of passion. That'll be good for us this coming Sunday.
Quarterback change this week for you guys. Brady Quinn is getting the start Sunday against the Oakland Raiders. When and how did you guys find out about the switch?
Probably Monday. Coach announced it, and you know, it's the NFL. So things happen for a reason, good or bad, however you want to put it. Brady Quinn is our quarterback right now, and we wish him well.
Matt Castle this season has had his struggles. Did you guys in the locker room lose confidence in Matt Castle?
No, we didn't lose confidence in him. As a guy that's on defense, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. We need to play better. I mean, offense scored, first couple games, they scored 30-some points in there, so throughout the season, and we gave up more than that. So it's one of those things. It's a team game. We have to play complementary football, and hopefully we can hold the points down for the rest of the season.
On Monday, Romeo Crennel talked about this move being a spark, getting you guys attention. Do you feel like you needed a major shakeup like this to get you guys attention?
Well, probably so. I mean, whatever we were doing at first wasn't working. Regardless if we lost by 1 point or lost by 30 points. Whatever the chemistry was at the time for us, team-wise, it wasn't getting the job done. So Coach made a drastic change, and if you can change the quarterback position, I'm sure everybody else is making sure they're doing their job because it can be snatched from you too.
Talking to Derrick Johnson on the Danny Parkin Show. It's interesting, though, because obviously, Matt wasn't playing well. We all know that. But the problems, you don't become 1-5 because of just one guy. So I'm wondering what the feeling is when it's almost like Matt's the one taking the fall for what I would imagine you guys are saying is everybody's struggles.
Well, yeah, it's not, it's one of those things where it's tough. It's not always fair. Life isn't fair all the time, and certain people take the ball for other people's actions at times, and that's football. It's a team deal, and he plays a position that's the number one spot, so it's the most valuable position. So I guess Coach wanted to try somebody else there, and as players, we try to do our job the best we can, and let the coaches stick whoever they need to stick in.
Derrick, there was a report on NFL.com. There had been a report on Yahoo about losing confidence in Matt Castle. The NFL.com report was that leadership is being questioned within Arrowhead on this team. You are one of the guys that is assumed to be a leader, a veteran. How do you assess the leadership on this team?
I think you have to have enough people doing the right thing to get the job done. I mean, it's not always up to one person, and I am one of the guys that's a leader on this team, and I can do a better job myself. You always can do a better job, especially if you're a 1-5 football team. So I'm looking to do better vocally and physically, more so physically on the field. But
how can you be a better leader, though? I understand playing better, but I mean,
keeping guys up. I mean, talking to guys, talking to the players, talking to the young guys, making sure they stay in the game, to keep their mind frame strong, because this game is so much of a team game. You need everybody. You just don't need your good players or your players that make the most money. You need everybody in this game.
It's interesting, Derrick. Like, earlier in the season, it was the first game. You guys, after the game, a couple players talked about how the missed field goal, you were never able to recover from the missed field goal. And there have been a couple of other times where it seemed like one thing has gone bad, and then it's had a real snowball effect, as opposed to you guys being able to overcome that adversity. Is that what you're talking about when you talk about guys hanging their heads in the midst of a game?
Yeah. That can happen with a young football team, and that's why as players, somebody has to make a play. I have to make a play. Somebody else has to make a play to stop that snowball effect. Because in this league, it's a small margin of error. And if you mess up just a little bit, the other opponent can capitalize off of it and hurt you big.
Talking to Derrick Johnson here on the Danny Parkins Show. The other side of this is the guys who are the leaders, at least as I see them, yourself, Eric Winston, Matt Castle, the guys who are accountable, answering the tough questions from the media, all that. You guys are all really nice guys. And I don't say that as a compliment, although it is one, but people in football, ex-Chiefs that we have on our show say that you really need that nastiness, that anger. And I haven't gotten the sense that this team is overwhelmingly angry about what's going on. Do you think that there is, and teams take on the attitude of their head coach, and Romeo Crennel, hell of a nice guy. I'm wondering if you think that this team lacks that edge, that nastiness factor.
Well, it's a fine line. You can be the nicest guy you want to off the field and be a high character guy, but on the field, you have to demand respect, and now nasty can be dirty too. So I mean, we don't got many dirty guys on the team, but I mean, it's a mindset. I mean, if you're asking if we're tough guys, we're tough as nails. Tough as nails. I mean, we've had some tough breaks this year, but I think we're a tough team, real tough team. And sometimes it gets misconstrued when you don't have a lot of trouble guys on the team, or you got guys hitting after the play, or you got guys, all in the media in a bad way. So I mean, but we're a tough team. That's not a question in my mind.
You guys have a lot of talent on defense, but it hasn't seemed to all come together. Are you surprised by the defensive struggles this year?
Yeah, so we've been up and down. We got more than half of the season left, and we're going to play a lot better. And that's the name of the game. When you go out and things don't work out the way you planned, you got to do something about it, and I think we will.
Last week, Scott Pioli said that he has the same confidence in Romeo Crennel today as he had when he hired him. Do you? Yes, sir.
Yes, I do. As players, you don't put fault on coaches, or you don't put fault on anybody else. When you're a real player out on the field, you take the responsibility on yourself. And at times this year, most of the time, it's us as players. We gotta play a lot better. We just have to.
Being here a long time, Derrick, guys haven't had much success against Oakland, especially at Arrowhead recently. What has Romeo said to the team about playing the Raiders, and what does it mean to you as one of the veterans?
It's Raider week. it's a game in itself. It's a game. It's traditionally it's a knockout, drag out type game, and you got to be up. You got to be excited. You got to know it's going to be a physical game because they're going to come up in the air expecting to win. They've had a lot of success here the last 4 or 5 games, so and we've had a lot of success down there. So somehow we need to change this and protect our house better.
I don't know. Are you aware of what the stats are for the Chiefs at Arrowhead recently? I believe 3-9 in their last 12 games. I believe it's 14-27. I might be off a game or two since 2007. Arrowhead is supposed to be one of the best places to play in football. Are you surprised when you hear those numbers?
Yeah, from knowing what the Chiefs used to be back then. Yeah, big time. And us as players have to take more responsibility in changing that around because it hadn't been a big home field advantage for us.
How does that make you feel?
Like I need to do better. I mean, you gotta at some point you gotta take on the leadership role and just as men and as players and just knowing that Arrowhead is, man, when you go out there, that sea of red and that atmosphere is crazy. It's been crazy, even though we hadn't had that much success in the stadium. It's always a joy to play in, and especially this week being Raider week, it's going to be crazy.
And then last thing, as Derrick Johnson joins us on the Danny Parkins Show, you've talked about only being 2 games back. You've talked about having a lot left to play for, belief in your team, belief in each other, leadership, all of that stuff. Talk to the fans right now who are listening. Why should fans believe it's going to be different the rest of the season?
Well, we need our fans. We need them. We depend on them just like they depend on us. So, and I'm a defensive guy, so I know the fans are huge to us, and it's been that way since I've been here. And I know they'll stand up and be character fans and do what's right because we've had tough times here before, and they stood to the occasion. So I can't wait for Sunday to come for the Raiders to get a little taste of what the fans are giving.
You sound confident.
Yes, sir. Have to in this game.
Derrick Johnson on the Danny Parkins Show. Derrick, I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, thank you.